I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times two. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. We colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fiends taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how the crackers turn this childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence,
You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, But that was my niggas, Many yo, got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners, all them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realize selling slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Just hours ago, Madison County Sheriff's Department released additional information on the deadly mass shooting at Legacy Events on Highway 72 in Huntsville over the weekend, where hundreds of rounds of ammunition were fired. Our Simon Williams has more.
At a press conference today, Sheriff Kevin Turner said that 2 people died from the shooting, and an additional 11 people who sustained injuries at the event drove themselves to Huntsville Hospital, 3 of whom are in critical condition. Caitlin Jenkins and Quantasia Grant were the 2 killed. Both were 20 years old. Ashton Elliott and DeMarcus Thompson were arrested and charged with 2 counts of felony reckless murder. Turner called the violence, quote, not normal.
Well, when I say it's not normal for Madison County, this is not normal. This, 200 rounds is not normal. This type of gunplay. Any gunplay is not normal. I'm not going to downplay any type of violence. What happened out here at this place, these kids right here don't have any respect for life when you fight 200 rounds in an event center when you have over 100 people out. I mean, we're very fortunate that we don't have any more people dead in this event center.
A weapon found at the scene was an AR-style handgun. Sheriff's Department investigators reportedly recovered over 200 shell casings, both inside and around the property.
There were shell casings everywhere. You literally could not take a step without stepping on a shell casing. Inside, on the sidewalk, in the parking lot, in the grass area, walking out from 72 all the way up, halfway up to Ryland Pike. There were shell casings everywhere. So that's the type of atmosphere of what was going on. So it was a lot.
Turner doesn't believe the public is in any danger, but the investigation could lead to more arrests. In Huntsville, Simon Williams, Fox 54 News.
Very, very sad and unfortunate. Now, Alabama A&M University confirmed Caitlin Jenkins was a student.
Hey, shalom, Israel. This is the ISUP case started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command of General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth according to the Bible. And that truth is that blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. You understand? We are the 12 tribes. Not that hook-nosed bastard over there. Not anybody else that might claim to be. If they're not black, Hispanic, or native, they are not an Israelite, man. And the ISUPK is not affiliated with anybody, man. We're not affiliated with your Christian church, your Muslim mosque, your Jewish synagogue that you might be a part of. We're not affiliated with it, man. The UPK stands completely alone. And tonight we got a heavy, heavy topic, man. You see the title, man. You see the title. It says, no brotherhood leads to violence, man. No brotherhood leads to violence. And you see what I just played, man. You see the article that we just played right here, man. The article was talking about 2 dead and 11 injured, man. 2 dead and 11 injured. You understand? 2 dead and 11 injured. And there was 200 shell casings on the ground, man. 200 shell casings on the ground outside this event center, man. You know what I mean? And how do we get to this place, man? How do we get to a place where we killing each other like this, man? How do we get to a place where we are unaliving each other like this, man? Where we don't show love to one another, where we look at each other and we say, you know what, your life ain't worth living, man. Your life ain't worth living. Well, let's do something else with your life, man. Let's do something else with it. Let's do this right here. Let me take your life from you because it ain't worth it. You're not worth it to me. You understand? When did we get to this point, man? When did we get to this point? That whenever I look at you, all I can say now is, all right, that's an op right there. You know what I'm saying? I see another black man out here, I say that's an op right there, man. You know what I mean? How do we get to this point? Can anybody tell me, man? Anybody want to tell me how we got to this point that, okay, I look at your life and I see that your life ain't worth it to me? Tell me that, man. That, okay, I look at your life and I see that your life ain't worth it to me. Okay, I just want to make sure I sound good, man. But yeah, man. Been a long time, man, since we've been in here, man. Been a long time since we've been in here, man. But the no brotherhood leading to violence. This is the Brotherhood class. We talk about these things every week, man. No brotherhood leads to violence, man. You got to understand that, man. You got to understand that because you are an Israelite, you're supposed to live a different way, man. You can't live the way that everybody else is doing, man. You can't fall victim to the oppressions of this society, man. Because we definitely do, man. We definitely have a lot of you have a lot of oppression that we are under in this society, man. And we because we don't have the things we need, we always lash out like what we just did, like what you saw in the news article I just played, man. So it said 2 dead, 11 injured. You understand? And these are 20-year-olds, man. 20-year-old kids, man. Kids, man. They ain't even legal to drink, man. The two sisters that were unalived in this event weren't even old enough to drink, man. Not even old enough to drink. But they were unalived just the same, man. Because they were not fit to live, man. Two brothers saw that they were not fit to live, man. And we got to talk about that, man. We got to talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about how this oppressor has put us under a lot of immense pressure, how he has taken away the things that we need to live in this society. You know what I mean? But we still got to be responsible for our actions, man. You know what I mean? We still got to hold ourselves accountable. Because I definitely look at the white man, and he is the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? But tonight is a brotherhood class. And if we had brotherhood, man, if these brothers was loving our people, man, and we, like Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1 say, gather together, you know what I'm saying? Oh, nation not desired. If we did what 1 John chapter 4, verse 20, let me get down here to it. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20 said, you wouldn't be seeing these things, man. You wouldn't see these things. So let's go ahead and get into the topic, man. Let's go and get into it. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. That's going to be the first precept we pull. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. Let's see how I look. Kind of open that up a little bit. Okay. Definitely, if you're watching, man, the water for watching, man, make sure y'all check in. Make sure you check in the class, man. Put your name and where you at. Let us know who you are, man, so we can be tracking you over here, man. It is not a vain thing for you to put your name and city in the chat. You know what I mean? That's a value. All right. So 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20, we read the scripture before. What it said, if a man say, I love God. You know what I'm saying? If a man say, I love God. Don't brothers say that, man? Don't we say that? Don't we say, I love God? Don't we say that I love the Most High? The Most High God, I love him. You know what I mean? You go to church every Sunday. Don't you love God when you say you go to church? Don't you say you love God when you say your prayer before you go out here and you go out here and hit these streets? Don't you want God to look out for you? Don't you want your mama to pray for you so you can be safe out in these streets? Don't you want that? You know what I'm saying? Don't you say that because you know that you love God? You know what I'm saying? You know that you say that you love God because that's what you do. You say you love God, man. You understand? All right, Troop, I see you in here, man. I'm going to add you in real quick. Unmute you real quick.
You can hear me.
God, I can hear you, Troop.
God, shalom, Yahbashim, Yahbashah, Barakatah.
Shalom, Yahbashim Barakatah, man. Good to see you here, Ward.
You too.
Thank you, Water, for coming in. Yeah, man, we in 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. I don't know if you were able to see the article that I played, man. I played that article where they had the 200 rounds shot off at that event center over there.
I seen that.
Right. A couple months ago, and then I'm gonna go into. I got a couple other articles I'm gonna pull up, man, about where they were shooting at the Crew at Crew. What, Saturday night? They had that murder at Crew, and then it was 2 people that got shot at Bridge Street. So tonight we're talking about how no brotherhood leads to violence, man. We over here in 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20.
Right.
Yeah, man, because that's what we gotta have, man. A lack of brotherhood leads to that, man. It leads to violence, man. You know what I mean? Not loving your brother, not caring for your people, and not saying, you know what I mean, that my brother has value or my sister has value. I'm not going to mistreat them. If we have that, man, if we can have that mentality, we wouldn't be doing the things that we do, man. We wouldn't be selling dope to our brothers, man. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be aborting our babies, man. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be selling drugs to our children and getting our children high, man. You know what I mean? Letting our children get high. We wouldn't be doing that, man. We would be loving each other and treating each other right, man. But this is what it say. Go and start reading that for me, War, if you got
Con. Book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 20. Can you hear me out of one?
Come.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
So it said right here that if a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar, man. So it don't matter that you say that you love God. It don't matter that you say your prayers before you leave the house. It don't matter that you know what I'm saying, that you go to church every single Sunday. If you say you love God, but you hate your brother, you are a liar, man. You're an absolute liar. You got to opt out in these streets, man. You a liar, man. Because you can't have an op and then at the same time say you love God. You can't do that, man. You know what I mean? You can't have a beef with your brother and then still say you're going to serve God. The Bible says that if you have an ought with your brother, you're supposed to leave your offering at the altar and go solve that problem, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we've been taught to do here in the ISUBK, is that if we have a problem with my brother, I go talk to my brother. I go to counsel. I get counsel on that issue, man. Because being a brother or being a sister is way more valuable than how I feel right now at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Having my brother beside me and we walking side by side, we walking together on the same page, is way more valuable than me being a little upset that he stepped on my J's. You know what I'm saying? Than me being upset that he got my girl. You know what I'm saying? It's way more valuable than that, man. And you shouldn't be over here. We shouldn't be sleeping with each other's women anyway. But at the same time, I know in the world that's what you do. And you shouldn't be unaliving your brother because he slept with your girl. Your girl shouldn't have slept with him. You understand? Your girl should have been a stand-up woman. But in this instance, she wasn't. So that's not your brother's fault. We gotta get ahead of that, man. You know what I'm saying? So if a man say I love God and hate his brother, he is a liar. Keep going, True.
Con. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
How can you love God who you ain't seen, man? You say you love your brother who's sitting right here beside you, but you say you love God and you don't even know who he is, man. You think that white Jesus hanging in your church is God. You think that white Jesus hanging on the wall with them 12 disciples is God. And when in actuality, them 12 disciples that you see with white Jesus, those are all thieves. All of those people were thieves in that picture, man. All of those people were thieves or some kind of jailed inmates, man. They pulled them out of the jails and put them with the oppressor, put them with the devil, and made the painting. So you got thieves and con men all on your wall. But it makes sense because your Christian pastor is a thief and con man too. So you in good company, man. You in good company. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, man. You got to understand that you got to love your brother because he's right here in front of you, man. And the God of heaven has commanded us to love our brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God has told us that we should love our brothers, man. They're right here. We got to love them, man. You know what I mean? Keep going, True.
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Damn right. Damn right. He who loveth God love his brother also, man. But they're gonna say, what a Christian gonna say that, we don't have to keep the commandments, so I don't have to love my brother.
Right.
How that sound to you, True? That sound crazy, don't it?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right, man. That's crazy, man. You can't say you love your brother, but you are hating God, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, man. These commandments are still here for us to keep. These commandments are still here for us to show how we live and how we're supposed to be. But you want to say that I don't have to keep these commandments because your con man Christian pastor has lied to you. You know what I'm saying? This con man, I was watching I saw a clip the other day that from what is it? Don't Be a Menace. They had the had the pastor up there talking about had the pastor up there talking about man, get the plate over to the other side.
That's right.
That's what he want, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he want, man. So it's on us, and it's on the men of God under Commander General Yohana to bring this truth out, man. To tell the truth according to the Bible. That we should love our brother more than we love money, man. More than you love money, man. You know what I'm saying? More than you love that woman. More than you love that job. More than you love anything that you got going on, man. You should love your brother more than any material item you have, man. Because your brother is more valuable than that. You know what I'm saying? Your brother is more valuable than that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this other scripture real quick, man. Try to get this real quick. Let me see. Hold on one second, word. Y'all, bear with me one moment. Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, Lord. Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. I know you know what I'm saying? You got to love your brother because that's your brother, man. We got to love each other because that's what we're supposed to do, man. That's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, there we go. Since you got the Bible, I'm going to pull you up on the big screen. We're going to do it like this until I get ready to go into the other part. Yeah, man, but that's what we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to love our brothers, man. We're supposed to love each other, man. Ain't that what they taught you in school? They taught you in school. You got that scripture, Warren?
Come. Matthew 7, verse 12.
Come.
I'm going to read.
Come, go ahead, read it.
Come. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets.
So you heard that, right? That sounds just like the golden rule that we was taught in elementary school.
That's right.
That's just like the golden rule, man. That you should do your brother just like you want him to do you, man. You should love your brother just like you want your brother to love you, man. To treat your brother just like you want your brother to treat you. Treat your sisters like you want them to do, man. Don't be a backbiter, man. Don't be a tale bearer, man. Don't be out here telling all your sisters business, man. You know what I mean? If my brother tells me something in confidence, that's for me to hold. You know what I'm saying? That's for me. Because that brother gave it to me. I don't want him spilling my beans. I don't need him telling my tea. Ain't that what they say? I don't need him doing all of that. I want him to hold what I tell him. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear if my brother confides in me, I gotta confide it. I gotta trust that. I gotta hold that. You know what I mean? So that's why we gotta treat each other the way we want to be treated, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just mistreat your brother. You gotta understand, bro, that who you are is important to God, man. The Most High God says you are very special, black man, black woman. You are very special, man. And if you mistreat your brother, you're mistreating a child of God. You think God gonna be happy with that? Get Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 19. Think the Most High God is happy with you mistreating your brothers, man? Mistreating your sisters? He's absolutely not, man. He's absolutely not. You know what I mean? Look, man, tonight we're just gonna play these stories that you see all the time, man. You see, you've heard these stories in your own town, man. It's not like this is new information. But the problem is that it continues to happen. The problem is that it continues to happen. And we're not doing anything about it, man. Except for the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. We're the only ones that's out here trying to stop this stuff from happening. Who else you see out here trying to see it happen? Stop it from happening. You know what I'm saying? The NAACP, they still out here? 100 black men. True, you know who the 100 black men? You ever heard of 100 black men, man?
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? These are all these organizations that came from the civil rights era. Like, what you doing? What y'all doing out here, man? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
We look for 100 black men. What y'all don't see? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You said you were going to say something more?
Oh, Salak, sir. No, sir. Live, sir. I was just saying we ain't seen nothing, sir.
Right. You don't see none of that, man. I don't see none of that around here, man. Whenever something, you don't see them do anything to help. So nothing, man. And it's on us to do that, man. We gotta help out. We gotta help. You know what I'm saying? We have to do that work. You understand?
Right.
We have to do that. You can't wait for Joe Biden to come down and help when your child has been unalived. Because Joe Biden don't care about your child, man. Mayor Tommy Battle is not gonna come down and help when your child has been unalived. Because he don't care about your child. You understand? He is worried about getting these votes. He needs money and he needs votes. And you don't have money and you damn sure ain't voting, so you can't do none of it. So he cares nothing about you, man. You know what I'm saying? He cares nothing about you. So that's why it's important that we listen and do what the Most High God has told us, man. But when we don't listen to the Most High God, this is what we got, man. This is what we get. You got that truth?
Con, Isaiah 9:19.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 19.
Con. Through the wrath of the Lord, Salaki. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened.
So the land is darkened through the wrath of the Lord of hosts, man. This land, you think it's just because of a visual thing. It's not a visual thing. The land is darkened when all of our children are passing because of drugs, because of alcohol, because of this, because of gun violence. You know what I'm saying? Because of drugs. You know what I'm saying? This is how the land gets darkened because of that. You know what I'm saying? The land is darkened like that. Keep going, War.
Con. And the people shall be as the fuel of the fire.
And what happens, Slightly True, you know the answer to this. What happens to the fuel of the fire? If you got a fire out, you in the woods, you building up a fire, what happens to that fuel of the fire?
What happens to the fuel? It makes the fire burn bigger.
It made the fire burn bigger. Right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What happens to the wood in that fire?
It burns up, sir.
It gets burnt up. It gets burnt up. It gets used up, man. And that's what happens to the people. And the people, we get to the fuel of the fire. Just like that fuel in that fire, we get burnt up. We get used up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when we get used up. Keep going.
Con. No man shall spare his brother.
It says, no man shall spare his brother, man. That's what it says. No man shall spare his brother. And that's what you see right now, man. That's what you see out here in these streets, man. We're not sparing our brothers, man. If I had a problem with my brother right now, if I'm in the world and I got a problem with my brother, I'm going to see that man. I'm going to see that man.
Right.
And just like in the clip I showed before the class, they got a problem with their sister. They got a problem with their brother. They unloading 200 rounds on them. 200 rounds on them, man. You know what I'm saying? 200 rounds on them, man. It's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. Look, I'm going to get another video real quick. We get another video. I ain't going to be too long tonight, man. I ain't going to be too long tonight. Here we go. Boom.
We're following breaking news just coming into our newsroom now. A victim has been identified in the shooting we first told you about at the beginning of our newscast. Huntsville police say 26-year-old Isaac Augusta Young was pronounced dead at the hospital following the shooting. We'll bring you any other updates that we receive from them online and on air.
So this brother right here was unalived over there at the club crew, man. Over there at the club. That brother was unalived, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Con. Make sure that's done. Yeah, man. That brother was unalived at the club, man. I heard the story. A brother ran it down to me, man. They said that at the club, everything was normal, right? They was at the club. They was at crew. They said it was a little off. It felt a little weird. That's what he said. You know, after stuff go down, niggas always like, yeah, I felt this, man. I knew it was gonna be bad, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he said, what did he say? He said that it was a normal night at the club. He said they let the club let out. They went across the street to eat, but right as soon as they got to the Waffle House, they heard the shots, and I guess somebody called them and told them that they was shooting up there. So what happened? So what has happened inside this club that made you want to unalive your brother? You know what I'm saying? What has happened in the club that makes you want to unalive your brother? You know what I mean? And only thing I can think about is that it's possible that the brother may have been talking to another brother's girl or something like that, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might have been talking to a girl and, you know what I'm saying, she done got a little excited and now you all over. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like she's opened the door, as you say. She didn't open the door for this brother to talk to her. And now the other brother that's done the shooting is having to defend himself. He got to defend his pride. You know what I mean? So it's like, you think about these situations and it's like we give so much value on these things, man, on this box. You give so much value to the box, man. Don't do that, man. That's not even as important as you make it sound. You know what I'm saying? It's not as important as you make it sound. Like that box ain't nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? If that's your sister, if that's your brother's rib, that's not yours, man. You shouldn't even be looking at that. You shouldn't even be touching that. You know what I mean? That's why the Bible says that let a man have his own wives. You know what I'm saying? And the sisters should have their own husband. You know what I'm saying? You can't have, if my brother got a rib, I can't be sleeping with his rib. I gotta have my own rib. I gotta have my own ribs. If I want another, if I want 2 or 3 of them mine, I need to have my own. I don't need to take somebody else's. Because what happens is what you see right here. These are the things that happen, man. But if you don't have that brotherhood, you don't have love for your brother, you're going to fall victim to that, man. You're going to fall into that trap, man. That's what happens, man. And the Bible, in Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 19, it says, through the wrath of the Lord of hosts, the land is darkened. Most High God ain't pleased with you being a hoe. The Most High God is not pleased with you being a drug dealer. He's not pleased with you not being a brother to your people. He's not pleased with that. So his wrath darkens the whole land, man. His wrath darkens the whole land. And that makes you not spare your brother, man. You understand? That makes you not spare your brother because you are suffering under the wrath of the Most High God. You understand? Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54, Baba Kasha. Deuteronomy 28, 54. We got about 2 more scriptures and we're going to be up out of here, man. But that's what it's all about, man. Now, we don't know how to love our people, man. The Most High God has told us, man, that when we don't keep these commandments, when you don't keep the commandment of a brother, you don't keep the law of the brother, these things are going to happen, man. These things are going to happen. You got that, Warren?
Con.
Yeah, go and read that, man.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
keep going.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
It says that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, man. We talk about this all the time, man. There's a lot of tender brothers out here, man. There's a lot of tender men out in these streets, man. You know what I mean? These brothers are tender and delicate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If you're able to pull my rib, pull her. Because if she could get pulled, she wasn't mine in the beginning. You understand? You know what I'm saying? It ain't. Look, I'm telling you like this, man. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be tender, man. You can't be delicate, man. You got to stand on this truth no matter what happens, man. You got to stand on these laws, statutes, commandments no matter what happens. You got to stay on these things, man. Because the law has told us that we got to love our people, man. And it says that the tender man and delicate man, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, man. Your eye is going to be evil towards your brother, man. Keep going. That ain't it. Just to the brother. Keep going. Who else is going to be evil toward?
Con. And toward the wife of his bosom.
Toward the wife of his bosom. This is supposed to be the woman he loved, man. But now his eye is evil towards the woman that he loves, towards the woman that he cares about. You know what I'm saying? Your eye is evil towards her, man. You know what I mean? Keep going.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Toward the remnant of his children, which shall leave, man. And that's what's going to happen, man. And that's what happens right now in our society every day, man. In the black and brown society, that's what happens every day, man. You see it all the time. Brothers are leaving their children. Now, I'm not saying that the brother is at fault all the time. You know what I mean? I understand that you have a baby with a monster. That monster is going to keep you from your children. I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand that. But then there's also times where you didn't have a child with a monster and you still left. And those are the problems those are the times where it's a problem. You understand that if you have a baby, if you lay down with a woman, you got to understand that's your woman now. You know what I'm saying? That's your woman now. And sister, if you lay down with a man, that's your man now. And you're not at liberty to leave that brother, man. You're not at liberty to leave him. You can't just get up and leave and go get another man. That's what happens every day, man. You got to be different from that. You got to be separate from the world. The Most High God has severed us, so we are no longer like the world. You understand? We something totally different. So you think that you can just lay with a man and get up and go get another man? You can't do it, man. You're going to find out that is not the way to live. Ask any of these 40 and 50-year-old single women out here looking for a man right now. They'll tell you. They will tell you that it ain't worth it jumping from man to man. They want to sit down and get a man at their age right now. You understand? They ready to settle down, man. So, all right. So that's what it is, right? So what should we do about this, man? What should we do? If I have I got a problem with my brother, what should I do, man? My brother has offended me. What should I do? Hey, Trooper, let's go to Matthew chapter 18, verse 21. Matthew chapter 18, verse 21. Let's see what the Bible says about what we should do when a brother has offended me. It's really easy. I'm sure the two people that are watching this live right now can tell us what we should be doing. What we should do if somebody offends us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they can tell us.
Right.
So it's important that you do these things, man. You got to know, like, all right, if somebody offends me, first of all, I shouldn't lose my emotions, right? I should still maintain my emotions, right? And the other thing that I should do is once I can maintain my emotions, if I get past it, this is the other thing you got to do. If he asks for forgiveness, come on.
Come. Book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him?
So this was Peter asking a question. He said, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? I was reading another translation of this over in Mark. I read over in Mark. It was, he says, if a brother sin against me, rebuke him. And if he asks for forgiveness, if he repents, forgive him, right? That's what it says. So if your brother has offended you, let that brother know he has offended you. But then once he realized that he's offended you and he's apologized, you should forgive him, right? He says, but how often should you forgive him? Just once? Twice? How often should you do? Keep going. Keep reading, Ward.
Khan, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times.
It says till 7 times? Should I do it for 7 times? That's what Peter said. Peter said, if my brother offends me 7 times, is that it? On the 8th time I get to not forgive the brother? That's what Peter said, man. He said, all right, the brother has sinned against me 7 times. I forgive him all them 7 times. After that, I should be good, right? What did Yahweh shall say?
Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
but until 70 times 7, man. So that means you should continue to forgive your brother, even after he's repented of that sin and he keep messing up. You should still forgive your brother. Why should we continue to do that? Aren't we forgiven? Aren't we forgiven for us? Aren't we forgiven? You know what I'm saying? We lived a disgusting life before we came into this truth. We were the same unalivers in these streets, man. We were the same drug dealers out here in these streets. We were the same pimps. We were the same whores out here in these streets. But the Most High God forgave us of that once we came into the truth and stopped doing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Once we came into the truth, we got forgiveness for that. So it only makes sense that you should forgive your brother. You understand? It only makes sense that you should forgive your brother because your brother has made a mistake. If he messed up, he'd ask for forgiveness. Forgive that brother, man. That's what it's all about. So just so we can continue to have brotherhood one with another. Let's go to Leviticus 26, chapter 3. So you got to forgive your brother, man. If your brother has sinned against you, he's offended you. He says you know what I'm saying? He rubbed you the wrong way. Pause. You know what I'm saying? He didn't got up under your skin, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But if he has asked you for forgiveness, you know what I'm saying? You told him that he offended you and he asked you for your forgiveness. Forgive that brother, man. Forgive that brother. It's more important that we have brotherhood in this nation than for you to be upset that he has rubbed you, that he has got under your skin. You know what I'm saying? It's more important that we have brotherhood, that we have oneness with each other, that we have love in Israel. You understand? It's more important that we have that than you just being upset about something that happened 20 years ago. And now you don't see the brother until y'all at a funeral or something, man. When you lost all that time where you could have been building together, where y'all could have been building a society, building this nation up, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming into this truth, putting your brick in and being what the Most High God has told you to be. You know what I'm saying? So what happens when we get this? So why should we do that, man? Why should we forgive our brothers, man? Let's see what this say, man. Let's see what Leviticus 26:3 say.
Kawakan, book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 3. If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them.
The Most High God says, if you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, this is what's going to happen. Keep going.
Kawakan, verse 4. Then I will give you rain in due season.
He said he'll give you rain in due season, man. So you got to understand, back then, these in Israel were farmers, man. So they needed rain to grow their crops, right? They needed rain to grow food and grow and have a business. He says that I will give you rain in due season. Keep going, True.
God will come, and the land shall yield her increase.
Keep going.
And the trees of the field shall yield their fruit.
So he said the land is going to yield their increase and the trees are going to give their fruit. Now, that was back then. What do you think he's going to do now, man? We go to work, we go get work for our money right now.
Right.
Back then, all you had to do was till the ground. He said he was going to give the land increase. He's going to give you rain. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was looking online, man, at it's some of those apartments over there by the Trash Panda Stadium. Them apartments over there by the Trash Panda Stadium for a one-bedroom apartment. A one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment. It's $1,350 a month. $1,300, $1,350 for a one-bedroom apartment, man, over there by the Trash Panda Stadium. Come on, man. Now, just 20, 30 years ago, over there in Madison, it wasn't nothing but black folks over there. 20, 30 years ago, it wasn't nothing but niggas over there in Madison, man. You know what I'm saying? That was black people. But that has been gentrified. That has been taken over by this oppressor. And what has he done? He's taken that lot of land that you may have had your trailer on, that you may have had your house on, and he's taken that house, moved it out the way, and built a one-bedroom apartment and sells it for $1,350. Hey, you want to tell me why black folks is upset? Why black folks is upset? Why black folks ain't got no money? Why we out here? Why black folks out here robbing and stealing? It don't make it right. It don't make it right. But I mean, look at what you got going on. If it's $1,350 over here at apartment stadium, what is it? Not stadium apartments, ballpark apartments. You go into the city on the north side, they're still charging $1,200 for a house. You know what I'm saying? It's not it's ridiculous to try to raise a 3-bedroom. So like it's crazy to try to raise a 4-family household working on a Chick-fil-A salary or working on a McDonald's salary, man. You can't do it. You can't do it, man. You working at Frito-Lay, you might be making $12, $13 an hour. It's still hard to make, still hard to raise your family on that money, man. You know what I mean? So that's why you see what we're doing. But the most High God says, if we keep his commandments, he will give us rain in due season, and the land will yield its increase, man. And the trees shall yield her fruit. Keep going. What else gonna happen? Let's drop down to let's drop down to 6.
Come. And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down.
He says he's going to give you peace in the land, man. We don't have peace in this land right now, man. You look at America, you don't have peace, man. You look at what's going on in Haiti. We don't have peace over there, man. Look at what's going on in Mexico. They don't have peace over there, man. You look on the reservation, ain't no peace over there, man. But if we start keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, we gather together, we love our brothers, man. We show brotherhood to each other. He says that there will be peace in the land, and ye shall lie down. Keep going.
Come. And none shall make you afraid.
And none shall make you afraid, man. I'm telling you right now, man, you may act like you the hardest criminal in the world. You the hardest thug in the whole world. But as soon as you get in that car, you got that pack behind you, the police pulled you over, you're going to start shaking like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start shaking because you are afraid of what happens if you mess up. You know what I'm saying? So he says that you shall lie down and none shall make you afraid. You ain't going to worry about none of these police officers, man. You get pulled over by the police right now, even if you don't have the pack on you, even if you're a law-abiding citizen, like if you are a black man in America or a black woman in America, you see the police come behind you, you don't know what's going to happen. You might be unalived right then once the police get over. You know what I'm saying? Because now you don't have that peace in this land. But the Most High God says that he will make you lie down and none shall make you afraid. Keep going.
Come. And I will rid evil, Salaki, and I will rid evil beasts out of the land.
He says he will rid evil beasts out of the land. Now, I know if you're a Christian, you're looking at it, you think he's talking about snakes, lions, bears. True. Tell him what the beast is, man. What is the evil beast, man?
Evil beast is going to be your enemy.
They're going to be an enemy, right? What? Tell me, break it down. Who is our enemy?
The white man.
Damn right.
Oh, yes, sir.
Damn right. He the enemy. Damn right. You damn right. The white man and there's all these other nations that
all the other nations. Yes. All other nations.
That's it. All these other nations, man, that have eaten off the fat of our backs, man. Have eaten the fat of the land that we have built up for them, man. He said he's going to rid all of those evil beasts out of the land. Keep going.
Come. Neither shall the sword go through your land.
It says, neither shall the sword go through your land. That sword is going through our land right now, man. That sword is going through our land. You saw what happened, like we just read tonight with these 2 articles that I showed you. That's the sword going through our land. It's just starting. Just a little piece of it, man. Just a little piece of it. But when you look at what happened with 9/11, man, you know what I'm saying? You look at what happened with Tyree Nichols, man. You look at what happened with that brother that was on the subway up in New York, man, who got choked out by that oppressor, man. That's a little bit of the sword going through our land, man. But look at COVID. Compare that to COVID and how many people passed from COVID. That's the sword going through the land, man. But if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, that sword won't affect us, man. That sword won't affect us. I was watching, I think it was Commander General Yohana class the other day, man. He said that there was no reports of any brothers dying or unalive because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Commander General Yohana said there was no brothers that was unalive due to COVID. That means that the sword didn't come through ISUPK. That's what that means. That means that there was no sword, there was no unalivings due to COVID happened to the ISUPK, man. That sword protected. That sword didn't come through the ISUPK, but it went through the whole rest of it, though. It went through all the other all the other groups, all the other fake Israelite groups. You know what I'm saying? So it's incumbent upon us to keep these laws, man. To be a brother to your brother, man. To be a sister to your sister. To love your people, man. To take care of your people, man. Because you are valuable. You are valuable. And your sister is valuable. Your brothers is valuable. Your children are valuable. Don't take advantage of your children. You understand? Be a brother to your children. Be a brother to your wife, man. Take care of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and all these things are going to come for us, man. All these things will come to us, and we'll have all of this, man. Hey, Trooper, that's all I got. You got anything you want to say on that, man?
Live, sir. Live, sir.
All right, man. So with that, man, I'm going to go on and clip the class, man. I'm going to say, what? Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah to all the brothers. Yahweh Shem Yahweh all the sisters. And with that, man, I'm going to end the class, man. See you later on.